Welcome back to Suppress Nation. Today we're going to take a look at a new 556k can sent out to us from Guardian Defense. This is the GDM556k. It's 5.75 inches in length and it has a 1.612 inch diameter tube. And it weighs in at 15.7 ounces here on my scale. Now this 556k can is constructed out of 17.4 stainless steel. It does have a DLC coating and it is hub ready. When Guardian Defense came up with the concept of what they wanted for a 556k can, they wanted something that would be quiet, they wanted something to be short and compact, and they wanted something that will be able to withstand heavy firing rate. And that's where the GDM556k can comes from. Hopefully I'm getting enough light in there where you guys can see this unique blast chamber in the Guardian line of suppressors. So this blast chamber is designed to capture and slow the high pressure gases coming from the first shot, reducing the first round pop and the flash, also reducing recoil, protecting downstream baffles, and creating a smoother, deeper tone. So far, my first look at the suppressor, my only complaint is the spot of the wrench flats. You have it on 3 different sides. As you can see here, we got one here, we got one here, and we got one here. So it makes like a triangle. So my wrench, when I go to grab it, it grabs here, and then it rubs the other side. So it kind of bites down on it. So I don't know if you can see it, but I've kind of messed up the finish a little bit right there. So it'd be nice to have a wrench flat on this side and then the corresponding side on the other side to where that wrench could actually get a solid bite. So if you've done 4, you could have them right here. You can easily grab it with a wrench. But no matter which way you spin it, you're never getting a full bite. I don't know if they have another wrench that's made exactly for this, but if you're just using regular tools at home, my wrench is grabbing a flat and then just round side messing the finish up. So first initial impression, that's the only thing that I can find wrong with it. You guys know I love 556k cans, so I cannot wait to get out to the range to shoot it. So here she is, the Guardian Defense GDM 556k. So just like how I start all my other videos, we're going to shoot 2 rounds unsuppressed, and then we will put 5 rounds through it with the suppressor on it, and then we'll shoot 10 rounds right here into the berm, see what type of gas I'm getting back with it. So 2 rounds unsuppressed. Now we got the GDM 556k on the end, put 5 rounds downrange. That's pretty good. Like I said, not ringing your ears. Got a higher pitch to it, but not really loud. All right, so 10 rounds into the berm. Get a little bit of gas back, but not bad at all. Now I've changed my spikes up a little bit. While we was at Goals this weekend, I picked up a new shawl barrel. This is a 16-inch mid-length gas system. I dropped a rifle speed gas block on it. So now we can dial this thing in. I haven't shot it yet, so we're gonna dial it in real quick and see what setting we're on. We'll start at 12 and see what we have to dial it back to without a suppressor to get that 3 to 4 o'clock ejection. Then add the suppressor to it and see what type of gas we're still getting back and what we have to dial it back to with each suppressor. So up first, we got the spikes unsuppressed. Drop it back to, what is that, 10? Nope. 8. 6. Great day. That's without a suppressor. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have to go with a little bit longer plunger in here. The one I have in here now is the 917. I think the other one I had was like a, what was it, like a 981 or something like that. So I'll probably have to dial that back in. So I reckon the test ain't going to work really well here because we're probably going to have to dial it all the way back to 1 and we still might be overgassed with the suppressor. But let's shoot it and see what she does. Again, with this plunger, it is setting at 4 to get 3 o'clock ejection. Once the other plunger comes back in, I'll probably do a video with a whole bunch of suppressors at one time just to see what type of back pressure we're getting back through it and what number each one is hitting. But to get 3 o'clock ejection, we had to dial it back to 4 with the plunger that's in it. As soon as a new one shows up, like I said, I'll get onto another video with that. But here's the GDM 556k on setting 4. Let's see what a brass hits. So right about 1 o'clock. I'm just gonna take it back to 1 and see if it cycles. That's really quiet. So like I said, tune your guns, guys, because you can get really good ear numbers once you tune it. But at setting 1, and we're still shooting, was at probably about 2 o'clock. So once we get the correct piston in this thing, we'll come back out and see what we can get. I've already talked to Kyle over at Rifle Speed, so we got a new plunger on the way. So hopefully we'll get it back out here and shoot it again. If it's that good at the ear with that, once we get it dialed into 4, this is going to be a very quiet setup. But there she is, GDM556k on the 16-inch spikes. I almost forgot to shoot it into the berm and check the gas. So I'm going to set it back to setting 4, where it is without a suppressor, where we get that 4 o'clock ejection. This does have a Strike Industry T-bone charging handle in the rear. So we're just going to dump it right here and see what type of gas we're getting back to our face. Yeah, you definitely can feel some gas coming back through there. I can feel it going up into my nose and to my eyes a little bit. Not bad, not gassed out, but definitely noticeable there. So I'm going to guess without a dialed in system, if you're magged up in 30 rounds, it'll probably end up gassing you out sooner than later. But there's the GDM556k on a 16-inch Spikes Tactical. Guys, we're learning this together in real time. Unknown to me, the inside of the blast chamber for this is made for a standard muzzle device. If you look at the JMac brakes that I use on my AKs, they do have a little bit larger brake here, so the diameter is a little bit larger than, like, say, one of your Reardons or the Hanson Brothers radial brakes. So because of that and the width of this, I mean, I reckon JMac could make a little bit thinner brake there. The design of the blast chamber of the GDM556k, with the way that they made it, we can't go on. So unfortunately, the M85, the AK-74, which I wanted to shoot today on it, will not work with this style muzzle brake. I reckon I have to run on an adapter and then just put a normal brake on there. I reckon that would work, but man, that would just be ugly. So maybe JMac can come out with, or maybe they already have another design brake like this right here with a smaller brake itself, but still have those hub threads. If not, JMac, fix it up. I mean, we do have a lot of companies that are using the blast chamber to divert gas, redivert gas. So might be something nice to have for the AK world there. But unfortunately, we cannot run the M85 or the AK-74. So instead, I grabbed a BCM. We'll shoot that with some 193, see exactly where the brass is hitting unsuppressed, and then add the can to it and see if it's still hitting around the same area. Let us know a little bit type of back pressure we have. That does have a superlative arms gas system on it. I have it in the blow-off mode. I don't remember what number it is right now, but I still have it dialed in from the same spot where I was running unsuppressed. I have a suppressor on it now where the brass is still hitting the same spot. So we'll see with adding the GDM exactly where the brass hits with this. So let's get to it. Now we got the GDM556 on the end. Let's see exactly where the brass is hitting with this one. Let me see it right here into the berm. So same exact spot, 4 o'clock. Still noticing a little bit of gas, but like I said, it's getting the brass is hitting right there at 4 o'clock. This does have the Silencer Co. charging handle, and I'm still getting a little bit of gas. It feels like it's kind of coming around from the side right here. It's coming right where my nose is, so I think it's coming between the receiver a little bit, but not noticing nothing in my eyes. Yeah, it's not gassy. Like I said, you do get a little whiff that's coming right here at the nose. It's just right there, but it's not overpowering or anything. It's just noticeable. Let me load up a few more rounds and try that again. All right, so now I'm just going to dump this right into the berm right here and see exactly what she does. Start getting a little gas at the end, but like I said, it's nothing overpowering. I mean, if you're really sensitive to gas, that will probably bother you. But again, it's down. Like when I'm right here, I'm just noticing like a trickle. It feels like it's coming up my lip, so it feels more like the receiver. But like I said, I do have the Silencer Co. charging handle right here. This does have the CAC K-Spec bolt carrier group, and this does have the superlative arms gas system that is tuned to be unsuppressed. So I try to use this gun as a measuring stick to what type of performance you can get with a solid can and a decent setup designed to run suppressed. But like I said, to run it unsuppressed and to run it suppressed and have the brass at the exact same spot, what more can you ask for? My Shaw barrel was overgassed. My BCM barrel's overgassed. My Spikes barrel's overgassed. Armor Light barrel's overgassed. LMP barrel's overgassed. every single gun that I've tried so far, their barrels from the factory have been overgassed. So you're already getting an overgas system, so you can put your flow-through can on all you want to. And unless it's just a hollow tube, you're still going to get some type of back pressure, and you're still going to get overgas issues. But for the guns I've shot through, flow-through cans I've shot, I still get gas back. Will a complete flow-through design be better at gas mitigation? It may be, but so far, like I said, to run this setup like this right here and have the brass same spot and barely get any gas back and get a good sound, that's what I'm looking for. So the last gun we're gonna shoot here today would just be a standard AR-15. This is a PSA. It has just a standard mil-spec charging handle, bulkhead group, no adjustable gas block. So we're gonna shoot that real quick, unsuppressed, throw the can on it, shoot a little bit, see what type of sound we're getting, see what type of gas we're getting back. And then I also brought out the Century Manufacturing, if I can get it out of my pocket, the Century Manufacturing gas lock charging handle, just to see if it is gassy. If I throw the charging handle on, how much gas this thing will reduce coming back to my face. So up first, we'll shoot 3 rounds into the berm right here, just to get a feel for what the sound is. Now we got the GDM556k on the end. Yeah, definitely feeling some gas right in my eyes with this charging handle right here. Let me pull one around without my ears on. It's not bad. It's got a little poppy tone up here with this gun right here. The other guns that were tuned, I didn't get that port noise as loud as what it is. Let's shoot a couple rounds right into the berm right here and see what type of gas we're getting back. Yeah, she's definitely put some gas right back into my face with this one. All right, so now let me swap out just the charging handle and see what type of difference we're getting. So hopefully you can see it right here. A lot of that gas seems to be seeping out between the receivers. You can see right here, some more on the receiver. And it's like a lot of it's spitting right up underneath the charging handle. Do got a little bit above the top and the sides that's coming out there. So let's switch it over to that Century Manufacturing and see what that does gas-wise. So the only thing I've done is change out the charging handle to the Century Manufacturing gas lock. We'll dump whatever's left in the magazine right here into the berm. See what type of gas I'm getting right here to my face. So it wasn't as bad, but I could still feel it creeping up through the gun right there. So the gas lock definitely helped keeping the gas from coming directly in my eyes, but I still felt it escaping from somewhere. I'm guessing it's right here at the receiver set, because it felt like it was coming down around my lip and directly up into my nose, and then you could feel it seeping up into your eyes. So still getting some gas coming back through it, even though you got the charging handle there. Like I said, it's untuned gun, nothing's been done to it, and it's got a little bit of a back pressure coming back through the can. So there she is. That is the GDM556k on the PSA. As always, a huge thank you to our guys over at Hanson Brothers. If you're looking for suppressors or suppressor accessories, use our code SuppressNation over at Hanson Brothers. Save 5% off your order. If you're here in Virginia and you're looking to transfer NFA items or guns, definitely hit them up and tell them Suppress Nation sent you. Appreciate you guys watching. God bless.